Now, when I first started shooting, I had no idea that I was starting with the hardest kind of photography. And if I knew what I'm about to tell you right now, I wouldn't have wasted 4 years of shooting. And the secret to all of that is shooting cars. Yeah, you saw it. You see, the reason why it's funny is because as Spider-Man, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why shooting cars will make you a beast in all other areas of photography. And I'm going to hook you up with my secret anything. Yeah, it's gonna be good, dude. However, for all of this to make sense, you gotta understand just 2 words. Photo battle. A photo battle is just a battle to see who can take the best photos. Pretty simple. And I will tell you one thing that my friends have done that they never say out loud, but it's literally the most important thing when it comes to taking great photos. And I truly feel like this is the unsung hero in any photos. So let's see if you can figure it out. Now, what do all of these have in common? Now, if you said that these bangers were shot with Sony, the best camera brand on planet Earth, I'm just kidding, dude, any camera's pretty good now. But if you guessed that they all took some kind of planning, you are absolutely right. More specifically, the props, the poses, the locations, the set design, the outfits, everything. On my one-on-one calls, this gets brought up like all the freaking time. How can I get more bangers, or how can I take better photos? And this is what I say all the time. The secret to increasing your chances of getting bangers more frequently is to start planning. You see, when it comes to cars, it literally comes down to pretty much 2 things that require planning. Number 1 is location, or number 2 is the costume or the props, or better said, is the car cool enough to be taking photos of. That's why an amateur can take some sick photos without even trying, just because the car looks that sick. But set that aside for a second, let's talk about location. You see, when it comes to your location, you have to plan your location because that's literally all you got. Not all of us have the ability to be able to do a whole set design around a car. That is a lot of work. But when you shoot cars, you are forced to plan your locations. This photo was taken at f1.4, but the majority of the background is relatively in focus. As you can see in this example, even at f1.4, you're not gonna be able to hide behind that expensive lens with such a low aperture. That low aperture is gonna make the background nice and blurry, or what we call bokeh. When it comes to shooting cars, you have to focus on even the background and the texture. And what I'm trying to say is that shooting cars teaches you to look at your world way differently, because the background can also tell a story, and it doesn't always have to be blurred out. That's a bar. Like, I mean, if you really think about it, right? That's a bar.
By the way, Gus does professional photography for all different car dealerships.
This is why I only shoot cars, because people are just too harsh.
Whether it's good or bad, it's true. When you shoot cars, it is significantly easier than shooting people. Not only that, but your camera actually goes into easy mode. Basically means that without a high-end expensive camera, you can still get dope, clean looking images. Now look, I don't mean to get too technical on this whole thing, but lower ISO means that you can get cleaner images. And when something is not moving, you can even lower your shutter speed down as well to compensate. I hate shooting with tripods, but you can also bring a tripod and make it that much easier. Why is that, Joseph? Because the car doesn't move. I remember coming back from LA from shooting some photo battles with the boys, and I remember thinking to myself, oh, photos ain't that hard. Now remember, I started with video, not photos. So photos actually intimidated me, especially when you're shooting with guys that are some killer photographers. So anyway, this girl asked me like, hey, do you mind if we do like a photo shoot and all this stuff? And I said, yeah, of course, you know what? Let's fake it till we make it, right? And she goes, hey, can you like tell me what to do? Like, poses and all that stuff? Yeah, of course. Another day at the office, I'll tell you exactly what to do. But on the inside, oh my God, I have no idea what to tell you. I don't know how to, I'm supposed to just take the photo. I'm not supposed to be the poser, am I? And then I thought about it and I was like, wait, that is my responsibility. So as you'd expect, I fumbled through that mess. But I'll tell you right now that it didn't happen again after that. You see, when you're shooting with people and you're shooting portraits, you are throwing in an entirely new skill set of posing and direction to somebody. You don't have to do that with cars. When you shoot sports, you don't tell them how to shoot or how to run with the ball. They just do it. When you shoot landscape, you're not telling a bird how to fly. And when you shoot street photography, you're a borderline creeper photographer. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? Like, you're just capturing real life. They're just candid. You don't have to tell the people how to walk, right? You just snap the photo. When it comes to cars, the closest thing that you're gonna get to posing is opening the trunk or the doors or turning the wheel. That's pretty much it. What I wish someone would have told me is the more variables that you take out of a shoot, the better you can focus on those things and level up in those areas. With cars, you don't have to focus on posing. You don't have to focus on action or giving direction. You can focus all of your energy on finding the right spot, leading lines, framing cars into another frame, or maybe shooting at night, lower exposure. You can dial in those things with less distraction. But that is not even the best part. All right, now notice what happens when we move one single slider on this car photo. I wouldn't necessarily do this in a photo, but it actually looks pretty sick. If that's the style you're going for, I mean, it could actually work. You can get away with something like that, right? Now, let's try this same exact thing on this photo. That mess looked like trash. You probably already figured it out, but when it comes to editing people, you have to retouch blemishes, you have to change maybe some hair things, pimples, skin color inconsistencies. Too much clarity and texture will make people's skin look dirty. There's so many more things that go into portraits. But when it comes to editing cars, you do not have to worry about any of these things. You can just focus on your composition and you can experiment with different hues and color and saturation, and your photos aren't gonna look amateur like this. That is what shooting cars allows you to do. Now, don't get me wrong, we can do some magic in the editing room, right? But there's one thing that I'm leaving out, and it has to do with lighting. Now, I have shot with people that are really good at shooting in natural light. Like, whatever the sun gives them, they adapt and they get some banger photos every single time. And I have also shot with people that are really good with artificial light, and especially with all these advanced lighting techniques. Jeez, my dude Omar's cold, man. Which one of these people are you? Now let me explain. You see, what I have found is you got two types of people. You have the people that cannot shoot a half decent photo if the sun is out because they need flashes and lights all the time. But then there are other people that have no idea how to use lights to save their life, and I would know because I was one of them for a long time. But learning how to shoot what the defense gives you or what the lighting gives you is a dangerous skill set to have. You learn not to pass those good areas where you can get a good shot even though the sun is beaming down on you. You can become the black mamba that can camouflage into any area regardless of what lights are given to you. It teaches you to be sensitive to the time of day, golden hour, as well as being critical to where to shoot even if it's at high noon. So it's just you, the car, and the sun. And that right there is a dangerous shooter. You like the underlying basketball and photography metaphor there? You see, the reason why it's clever is because shooters shoot on cameras and on basketball, and then not passing by the locations. You know, basketball you pass, and then Kobe Bryant, who's actually the Black Mamba, who adapts to whatever the defense gives him. That means that you adapt to all the lighting situations. Can I get a like for like script writing? Look at that. You see how it lit up down there? That's pretty cool, right? And the last one, this is probably the best news that you have heard all day. But first, let me tell you about your surprise. And I'm going to hook you up with my secret cheat sheet for shooting literally anything. Yeah, so this is something that I wish I had, so I'm just gonna give it out. So these are pre-made, proven camera settings that will work for whatever you're getting into. Now, if you want some of the cleanest images, these are the settings to get you there. I got shortcuts for you for cars, for portraits, for landscapes, for things that are moving slow, if you're in low light, all those kinds of things, I got you covered. Now remember, these are settings just to get you started. You might have to do a little bit of tweaking, but it is a great baseline to start off on. It is on the store for $5 if you wanna give me a coffee or some tacos, that would be great. But if not, hey, put this code in there and you'll get it for free. But anyway, back to what I was saying. You see, I have a little bit of a confession for you guys. When I shot with my boys from Australia, they would always have like cool cars to shoot, and they would have sick locations and photo battles and challenges, and then like cool cosplayers and killer props. And I was like, dang bro, the photos that you get, like these are sick. And then I got home and I was like, man, I have nothing cool to shoot. I don't know cosplayers. I don't have friends that have really nice cars. Everything that they had over there, I don't have access to it. I'm just a regular dude in the middle of boring Oklahoma until I realized something. The epic photo battles that you see was literally just a few guys who agreed to take this little competition seriously and put some effort behind it. The fire, the cool stuff, and even all the cool cars were literally just DMs to Instagram and to friends of friends and just hoping for the best. What I'm trying to say is two things. Number one, shooting cars is literally the easiest and most accessible way to get better at photography. You don't need to hire or pay any models or rent a studio, or you just gotta hit somebody up, ask if they're down to shoot. It is truly that simple. You go to any location and you just spray. The idea of I have nothing cool to shoot is based off of your desire to connect with people. So before you start charging people to shoot, I think it's a good idea to just hang out and shoot, because it takes off all the pressure of you having to deliver something and you can just be creative. Trust me when I say, the only thing that is stopping you from getting bangers like these photos of professionals that you see and yours is literally you connecting with others. I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Oh my God, I like almost hyperventilate. I can't even breathe right now.
I hope that was worth the bit.